The next movie we have on the list is suggested by Suyash Upadhyay. It's called Mohabbatein. Yeah. Why exactly do we have Mohabbatein on the list?
Really,
Who
you're just
was the
necrophilic
okay? One
artist.
second. Who was the artist in Mohabbatein? Please tell me. What was
Huh?
the art? Who was the artist?
Shah Rukh Khan is the artist. Shah Rukh
With
Khan is
the
the artist in every movie.
He's
That's why
promoting the art of falling in love with dead
love
people.
dead people.
what we intend to do with Take 3 is to take out motifs and themes that cut across several movies, and we'll try to pick out one of those themes or one of those motifs every week and try to talk about them, try to talk about how those are used in movies, and try to see if all of these movies have similarities and differences and how they deal with each subject basically.
Yes, let's go.
What? Let's go.
What Sanjana forgot to mention is that all three of us are dead from inside. So yes, we are all sad and emotionless beings.
That's why we
Say
took the
something.
tortured artist as the first
I
as the
say.
first thing to discuss for.
I just made it sound very sad, but it is not that sad. And ladies and gentlemen, Suyash is single, so just in case, drop your phone numbers. He might just call you guys.
What are these Suyash pop-ups coming in between? Suyash ads, Suyash pop-ups. Yeah. What the
Yes,
fuck?
we're
Then it's
advertising
possibly
students.
because you're single.
Yeah, we're advertising students. We know exactly where to place what add on. We're seeing the right TG for you, Suyash.
Right. And but I just like to plug this in that we are three MBA students who are good students. We get good CGPAs and whatnot, but we don't feel home. So here we are recording ourselves.
We
And in
pass.
case you're watching us, if in case any of our professors are watching us, uh, we like your lectures. We totally pay attention. But when we are not, we are usually discussing movies. So with that, we shall start with the show,
Yes.
and we got a list of movies. We got a list of movies. We're gonna pick movies in order of what we had written, and accordingly we should go through the entire list. We got a couple of movies,
Let's go.
and the first one on the list is Birdman.
How did we end up here? This place is horrible.
Oh, nice. Actually, I was thinking that Birdman should go first because Birdman talks about how artists want to sort of reach a place wherein, like, the main protagonist with Michael Keaton plays, he doesn't consider, or like, people don't consider him to be an artist. He's a celebrity. Okay. And he wants to sort of make his mark in theater because theater is considered to be a place of artists, as in like you're a legit actor if you're in theater. And like actors in theater who, like Edward Norton plays the supporting role basically, and the other guy, and he almost rapes his co-actor, dude, just because he wanted to feel that from inside, and he wanted to feel something. He wanted he has erectile dysfunction most of the times, but not on stage. And that's what he says, that's the only that's the in on stage everything is possible for him because he considers himself to be like the artist, not a person. And that there's just this weird sort of a line in between the artist and the self, and how they are completely two human, like different beings in that one guy. That
Right, it's true. The best part is that the fact that the movie subtly puts it that you can't run away from your past. That will stick
Yeah.
around. That there's this baggage of your past that you will have to carry no matter what. And that is exactly what Keaton's character tries to do. He wants to push that away, and he wants to pick something new, rearrange his life in ways. Emma Stone, who plays his daughter herself, goes through a phase that she would want to leave it past her. There are a lot of details
Yeah.
about each character carrying something from their lives and trying to push them aside. So Birdman, as such, as an extreme, it's actually not just in Birdman. I would like to pitch in BoJack Horseman for a while, where he also tries to be a true actor.
Yeah.
I will. I know you guys sort of knew that I will be bringing this up, but there's this phase, there's this curve in the story where he too wants to be a serious actor when he realizes he probably was never a serious actor, despite having a lot of things in his life. So nothing is enough. Probably that is the motto
Yeah.
of life. We is a fan favorite. Every movie that we have on our list is a fan favorite. But I think two of us, at least two of us out of the three, love the movie. I've watched it more than 4 times or 5 times in theater. One of us has done that. The next movie is Andhadhun.
Lovely surprise my husband gave me.
Yeah, Andhadhun is a movie which basically is categorized as a thriller, but the baseline, the base which forms the thriller is the dedication of this artist who plays a blind guy who isn't actually blind just to dedicate his art, just to learn more about his art. And eventually, that struggle leads him into the trouble he gets into, which forms the crux of the story. But in its baseline, it's about this artist who is crossing such limits just to get a hold of his art. So Satvik would probably like to continue on this.
Yeah, I would label Andhadhun as a dark comedy, and that's what I love about it. It's just chaos, isn't it? It's just complete chaos, and the movie is just an endless list of morally corrupted people just popping up. That's what the entire movie is. And how easily do these guys fall back to lying? They just keep engaging in lying. Lies is probably a central theme of Andhadhun. About how this character, Akash, that is played by Ayushmann Khurrana, the protagonist, he wants to weave this story around himself and he wants to live in that bubble, of being blind. Yes, he tries to. I mean, that is the entire point. His extreme is basically to have that personalized story around him. And he wants to live in that. That's his extreme. Sanjana, you want to go on?
He creates like an alternate reality for himself if you kind of that he's and
Yeah.
he and it's not that so it's this entire trope, right? That if you're tortured, your art is real, and people even if they're capable of making the same art or like for in this example making the same kind of music, he thinks being blind it's sad, but being blind just gives an edge to it. Sorry for like the dark
Yeah,
humor.
so
Yeah, but it just becomes
it's like people
special
who
because it's blind.
it's
So
like
this is
if
about
your
the
life is
negative
smooth, he externalizes the struggles, he creates the struggles just to get a hold of his art so that he
Yeah.
can do good in music wise. So yeah,
Basically, it was about a guy who decides to create alternative reality so that he could have fun. Basically, Mark Zuckerberg, but that's fine. We'll have that conversation some other day.
तू और मैं रॉक कर देंगे बता रहा हूँ सोच के देख
Hey, are you stupid?
Is Rockstar. I believe it is Sanjana's favorite movie. No, it isn't. But it is there somewhere in your list.
It is one
It
of
is
my
the same.
favorite movies. Actually, I've
Yeah,
seen
very good.
Rockstar way more than I should, I think. And I know I'm aware of its problems. I'm aware of the things that are problematic. But I don't know, it just hits home also because of DU and stuff. Like, oh, Hindu का होता है, वो Stephens की होती है ऐसे. So it's very close to home, that. And also I saw it, I think, at an age where this is all my teen angst pain was somewhere inside. So I kind of related to it. But no, exactly. Rockstar में तो पूरे time they're talking about the same thing, that if you're अगर दर्द नहीं है तो संगीत कहाँ से निकलेगा. तो वो खटाना भाई ऐसे बोलते कि अगर तेरा दिल टूटा होता
दिल
तो यहाँ
दिल
बैठ
नहीं
के
टूटेगा तब
समोसे
तक संगीत कैसे.
हाँ, तो तू यहाँ पे समोसे और चटनियों की लड़ाई कर रहा होता. तो वो बेसिकली it's like that even if he can't make good music just because he hasn't had his heart broken, and even though he has like troubles across with his family, with friends, he doesn't have real friends, it's just people are trying to benefit out of him because he's sort of rich and whatever and whatnot, and sort of, you know, polite in a way. But just because his heart is not broken, and this takes more of the romance, love sort of an angle, which the other two movies did not. But this is like, if your heart is not broken, you can't be a true artist. Again, if you haven't been, like, somebody hasn't stabbed you in your belly, there's not enough pain, your music is not that good. And ultimately, in the end of Rockstar, it's just that his art was what it was, but he could never get rid of the pain. And even if he gets bored of his art, but that pain remains inside. So this movie is basically about how one person looks out, and like Ayushmann Khurrana creates it, this sort of, he also seeks it out, and it happens to him in a different way, and kills both his art as well as like his lover. So bad day
I
for,
think that would be the similarity also, that in both these movies, Andhadhun and Rockstar, they want to externalize the struggle, and in that process, they get trapped in this whole this whole vicious circle, and they are not able to escape it till the end.
yeah.
Imagine if
sort
Imtiaz
of.
Ali had directed Andhadhun.
जब
I mean, it's very difficult to think about it,
जब
but
अंधा met नहीं, what is this?
जो बंदा मैं दूं-
जब मतलब
it'll be just 3 hours of.
it'll be just Tabu not being like the woman that she played, the anti-hero sort of, but being somebody who took Ayushmann Khurrana to a doctor actually, and then gave him her own eyes, and then
The change of heart.
the change of heart. Ayushmann Khurrana was like, मुझे
But
पता
here,
नहीं.
instead, it was a change of eyes. I'm so sorry. Even if you have to, but I said it anyway. Yes, so the next movie that we have, it's a controversial take. I am not a huge fan of this movie. I'm not a huge fan of this genre. But again, someone loves it and it is there on our list. We'll have this debate, but fair enough, some other day. It is La La Land. Sanjana and Suresh would like to talk on La La Land. I will take a back seat, not a huge fan of musicals.
Okay, I am a huge fan of musicals, and La La Land is one of the best things that happened to musicals. So yeah, that. And also, Ryan Gosling is the best thing that happened to humanity, but that's for a separate day.
literally me.
Yeah.
You are Ryan Gosling, aren't you?
Yep, literally me.
What about it?
I
What
think
about it?
the way La La Land differentiates itself from the previous ones is it follows two protagonists in a parallel journey throughout, like how two people together are going through that journey. So
Yeah, and
I
not
think the
not on the same track. Like generally, people talk
not on
about
the
the
same
same
track.
kind of, for example, there are three musicians or there are three actors who want to make it big together. So there's this one musician and one actor with both artists in like two different art forms and living in the same city, which is LA, and trying to make it big in LA. So, and for both of them, LA becomes, so LA is obviously a character in the movie, and it becomes sort of this thing that holds them yet takes them apart. So it's art, it's the city that is big enough to accept both of them, but not together probably.
Not together, yeah.
So yeah, that's what's beautiful about it, is that in the end they choose their art forms, they choose their careers over their love for each other. And the ending though is just fantastic. The
Yeah. The
last
ending made for
sequence
it. Like
is,
I'm not into musicals, but the ending made it up for the whole
yeah.
movie. Yeah.
And how I think
There I
the
like
entire, it's not so much that, it is not here, it's not the tortured trope, it's not the trope of the tortured artist, it's how people are willing to go to extreme lengths for their art, in the sense that here it was kind of a choice that they made amongst their their love and probably their love for their art. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think it's more of
That
that.
We
itself
can
But
is an
we can
achievement.
also say that one of the characters is the relationship itself. How the relationship goes through different
yeah.
stages as their art progresses. So the relationship itself plays the role of sort of a protagonist.
In fact, the antagonist, like the relationship is the
Antagonist,
villain, is the
antagonist,
villain
yeah.
here. As in, their because their relationship starts to like get in the way when they feel that they have actually started becoming a good artist. So the thing that holds them back probably is their relationship. Kind of starts to stumble right there when they think that they've achieved their zenith, or when they're doing good work
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. So yeah, that is sad. It's one of the saddest movies that I think ever exists, just because of its
Like,
last
like, like we,
last
we ship them so
10
badly
minutes.
that they should
Yeah,
end up together. They should
yeah,
end up together, but then it doesn't
I
happen.
would
yeah,
agree that to a certain extent, this movie was fine. The ending was nice. The
yeah.
ending was
But the ending was, if they would have ended up together, then it wouldn't have made that much sense. So I don't know.
Any
Like
sense?
I'm a
it
sucker
looks,
for sad endings,
yeah, same,
Yeah.
bro.
but
Same.
they should not be expected. They should be unexpected
Mm-hmm.
endings, which surprise me. And we can talk about endings some other day. And let's go with Black Swan.
Isn't it? It's all this pressure. I knew it'd be too much. I knew it.
What's she doing here? He made me your alternate.
Darren Aronofsky. I
Yeah,
can't pronounce his surname. Like, what is
no
his
one
surname?
can. No one can.
That's like you said it right. It's Darren Aronofsky, no?
Ar- Ar-
Aronofsky.
Aronofsky. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Black Swan. Take it away.
So, when I saw it when I was a kid. Just to say
You're
that I'm
still a
still a
kid.
kid.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw that coming, but I said it first. So, this was about 5, 6 years back, and of course, I lost my mind. This was also the time when I was trying to watch as many psychological thrillers as possible, because someone told me that gets you girls. Of course, it didn't. But I saw Black Swan then, and I like the theme that is presented. Theatrical, of course, in many ways similar to Birdman as well. There's something about the showcase of theater in movies that I like, and there are a lot of movies. There's just two I can think of. There's Prestige, which we will cover later on as well. So these guys who put themselves up on the stage, but more importantly, it's a more aggressive version of Birdman because here Natalie Portman's character needs this. She wants this very desperately. Even if her mind dwindles and whatnot, and I'm not comfortable in spoiling the movie for you, for the audience. But if they've gone through the movie, or if I'm doing a good job of putting this forward and exciting them to watch it later on, but the desperateness shows. That her extreme is, I think, more quantifiable. What she needs is that role, more
Yeah.
importantly.
She's going to like not only internally but externally also go to lengths to
Yeah,
sort of
Yeah,
exactly.
subtly not revealing the movie. But
yeah, exactly. It has very delicate items to discuss, so you don't
yeah.
want to put it out so that people get.
But I
And I think he had this another movie that I've seen. It stars Javier Bardem and Jennifer Lawrence. I'm forgetting the name of the movie.
Mother.
Mother is again a very crazy movie. This guy is crazy. He should be put in jail. Just kidding.
So no, but like there are similarities also between Birdman and Black Swan. Like both of them have this sort of element of magic realism where you see things, the hallucinations, the everything you see them happening
yeah.
in front of you. So that is also one of the extremes, right? They are going through mental breakdowns, and you're like seeing things. I won't spoil much, but
Yeah,
both
I
of them
mean,
have this element of magic realism in them.
yeah. Magic
And
realism
Darren does
is
that. Even Mother for them. Mother is a
Yeah,
crazy
Mother.
movie.
I haven't
Mother
seen
is
Mother.
crazy.
I think if Darren Aronofsky has to be compared with an element, it would be Black Tar. Like what is on
Ah,
Susan
yes.
Road.
Very well put. Very well
Wow,
put.
dude.
Yeah,
That actually
Nice.
reminds. They play with the colors also. In Black Swan, of
yeah.
course, with the makeup and whatnot.
And like
And
we are forgetting the main thing, man. Requiem for a Dream. Like it was that
Oh,
movie that movie is dark as hell. So I don't know, man.
I
I don't
watched
know what.
Requiem for a Dream in parts because it became too much for me
No.
to take in altogether.
Yeah, exactly,
Dude,
exactly.
it
the
is one of those movies.
the
Yeah.
scene, like we all, if we talk about the scene, I hope you know what
No,
scene I'm
man.
talking about.
Yeah, no, man. The
The
many like the ending, the score of that movie, Lux and
the
Turner, the score, it's too heartbreaking and it's really heavy. Yeah.
yeah, dude, that movie. Okay.
Did we
Let's
take
let's
away
move on.
depressing one?
But
Did
yeah, I
we?
think
Yeah.
Black Swan,
Yeah.
also Birdman, both of them, both of their anti realities, or not their anti realities, but their baggage, or everything which is to do with aspirations of the past is black for Darren Aronofsky. Like Birdman, also the color, it's just dark as hell. And when, okay, I've already spoiled the movie, so when he shoots himself and when he takes off his cast, he's actually that. And so happens with the same happens in Black Swan, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Love. Yeah, nice. Okay, next.